World War I was over, and the time had come, said the US, for the European allies to repay the loans they had used to purchase arms during the conflict. Now, American economists did point out that if the Allies imposed heavy reparations on Germany, they had to open up a way for Germany to make that money by exporting its products to the Allied powers. But the US government refused to acknowledge what logically followed, that the amount of inter-Allied debts that could be collected by the United States depended on the amount of imports it was willing to purchase from the Allies and Germany. What the US could have done was lower its tariffs, which would have cleared the way for the exports the European countries needed to sell in order to earn the dollars to pay off their debts. Instead, the United States did everything to block those imports. From 1921 to 1933, the US raised tariffs to lock out foreign competition, especially from debtor nations, whose depreciating currencies drove the prices of their products down even further, as they tried, in vain, to fulfill their war obligations. The Federal Reserve System insulated the US economy from the monetary effects of the influx of gold, which meant there was no return to balance of payment equilibrium with Europe. Neither did the US Treasury and Federal Reserve System make a move to replace the role of Britain in its pound sterling of keeping international finance stable, even as the US now held a major share of the world's gold in its hands. As George P. Auld summed things up in The Dawes Plan in the New Economics, quote, "The day when the dollar would be the determining factor in the operation of the world machine had not begun. The machinery of foreign exchange was trying to function without its partner, the machinery of credit. No genuine creditor role was being played by any nation in the world system." End quote. The result was that the Allies squeezed Germany to get the money they needed. They set reparations miles above what Germany could conceivably pay. Germany's only option was to borrow the money to pay its reparations. But who could it turn to? US lenders, of course. Borrowing money to pay for borrowed money. I think you can see where this is going. For a while, though, it worked. That was episode 15 of this series on Super Imperialism by economist and professor Michael Hudson. If you're interested in finding out more about the exploitative economic strategy of American empire, I highly recommend checking it out. Stay tuned for part 16.